Hello, I'm Laura and I'm going to inform you about academic integrity, the key to university success. If you know what it is, then that's great, but for those who don't, academic integrity involves being honest and responsible for your scholarship and the work you produce. To do this, according to Michigan State University, you must create and express your own ideas whilst acknowledging all sources. You should also be honest about your work and exams, an accurate report or research. Finally, you must work independently or admit to collusion. Plagiarism is using someone else's work as your own for your benefit. Whether this be intentional or unintentional, it is a form of academic dishonesty. For me, plagiarism is a bit of a worry in my first year, so here's a clip on current student opinions on plagiarism.
I'm here with two current students to ask them a few questions. Can you define plagiarism?
Yeah, plagiarism is using someone else's work and not acknowledging it.
Plagiarism is taking someone else's work from from a source and not giving them credit for it.
Does plagiarism faze you?
No, because I've done a lot of assignments over the last couple of years, so it's not really that big of a deal.
Not really, because I have done my assignments over the past term and they've all come back 5% or less.
Can you give any tips for the first years on how they can avoid committing plagiarism?
Yeah, just put everything into your own words when you do research something.
Yeah, always remember to thoroughly research the topic before you write anything down, just so you have a better understanding of the topic.
To avoid committing plagiarism, you need to know the different components. There are several, but according to plagiarism.org, the main ones are the following. The first being cloning someone else's work word for word and submitting it as your own. Another is copying large pieces of work without adjusting it. Also, omission paraphrasing, defined as copying a source with slight adjustments by Barrett and Malcolm 2006, is a form of plagiarism. If you remix your work by paraphrasing sources or recycle it by reusing work without citation, you will be guilty of plagiarism. Plagiarism also takes form by mixing copied, uncited sources or by making errors in your citations and references. You'll be guilty of plagiarism if your work lacks originality or fails to use quotation marks when required. Finally, if you retweet work by relying on the original work too much, you will have plagiarised. The media follows the same rules, so you must also correctly use and cite images, videos, and music. Collusion is also a form of academic dishonesty. It is when two or more people work together on a piece of work and submit it as their own. Usually occurs when A copies from B with or without B's knowledge, or when A and B work together. Sometimes your assignments will require collusion. If this is the case, it's okay. Cheating is another form of academic dishonesty. According to the University of Leeds, it is attempting to gain an unfair advantage in an exam. It occurs if you take unauthorised items into the exam, such as phones, or if you copy or communicate with someone during an exam. According to The Guardian 2012, plagiarism is one of the most common things students complain about. Therefore, if you avoid it from the start by learning how to not plagiarise, you will make your university life so much easier. The nursing standard suggests that you take time out to learn and familiarise yourself with the university's regulations about academic integrity, as if you know the rules, you can follow them. Neville, 2010, suggests that to avoid plagiarism, to give yourself plenty of time for assignments, as most students plagiarise due to lack of time. Also, you should practice summarising text and paraphrasing sections to help you avoid copying from sources. Finally, suggests that you should use a program called Turnitin that your universities use to see how similar your work is to other documents. If you check your work using this, then you won't accidentally plagiarise. The University of Leeds argues that if you use a reference guide and note-take whilst reading, you'll avoid plagiarism, as you'll know where your ideas come from and be able to reference sources correctly. They also say that you should collaborate, not conclude, by talking about assignments, but if you use someone else's idea, cite it. Finally, the University of East London suggests that you should always protect your work by logging off the computer when it is unattended, no matter the period of time, however stupid it may seem. It will avoid someone else using your work. To conclude, you must achieve academic integrity to be successful at university, otherwise you will commit academic dishonesty, which has serious consequences for your degree and career. If you are still unsure about academic integrity, I suggest that you use university websites such as Cardiff and Nottingham that provide information and allow you to test yourself. These are the links here. Thank you for listening. I hope that I've helped to inform you about academic integrity, but please do not worry about it, as long as you follow these tips, you'll be absolutely fine. Good luck with your first year and then your degree.